Bethesda is hosting a special offer by email, and they have issued a new ban wave. Griefers are also back on PC, and cheaters are getting bolder with their hacked items. It's news time. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. I'm back to bring you the latest information and events in Appalachia. I've got so much to share once again, and sadly they are not exactly great news. Nonetheless, they are quite important to be aware of, such as a new ban wave, a new griefing wave as well, and even cheaters promoting and selling hacked items in-game. There is also a new email campaign from Bethesda's part, which was assumed to be a scam or phishing at the start, but it's not. So I will clarify that confusion a bit later. I will also update you on a few bugs and ongoing events. With that being said, let's get into what matters. Are you ready? Let's begin with some breaking news. There is a new ongoing ban wave to address the duplication glitch which was made public last week. Thankfully, Bethesda was very quick and they fixed it in a matter of days. But that was enough time for cheaters to dupe thousands of rare outfits and legendary armor too. At least most items were spared this time because the glitch only worked for armor and cosmetics. Anyway, as a result, Bethesda has been looking for accounts with high volumes of items, especially rare ones. It's not difficult to guess what is happening whenever they find accounts with suspicious activity. But that was to be expected. I mean, in past duplication glitch events, a ban wave was always issued right after the hotfix. This time it was no exception, and that's a great thing. Duplication has always been a severe offense, plus it would be unfair and inconsistent to just let it go unnoticed this time. Either way, if you encounter more and more rare outfits for sale in-game and through third-party websites, that's completely normal. Actually, if you start seeing players with full legendary recon sets, don't be surprised, because it's just an after effect of the latest duplication glitch. This next point is something very important. I actually moved it up in the list. It's about a new email marketing campaign Bethesda is doing. A few select players have been receiving some strange emails about a special Atomic Shop offer. Basically, if you are selected, you get to choose any Atomic Shop entry to gift to a friend for a limited time, even if the entry is not live right now or won't be for months. That's what I understood the offer is about. The thing is, at first most people thought this was a scam, me included. I even left a comment in this Reddit post saying it sounds like phishing, first because the email is not very well written, and secondly because I never heard of special email offers for 76 before. Then a community manager said it was definitely not from Bethesda. But some hours later, she corrected herself and said this offer is legit and the email really came from Bethesda. She also clarified you should reply and get in touch for more details if you receive such email. Now, I tried to learn more about this new special deal, but nobody I know received it so far. It's quite strange and I have no idea about their selection criteria. But yeah, the main message here is to let you know this email promotion is not a scam. It's real, despite what most of us initially thought. Next, I have more news about cheaters and their bold actions regarding hacked weapons. Such naughty players. Anyway, for some reason Bethesda doesn't seem to care about players carrying and using hacked weapons. It's so common these days that I would risk to say it's the new normal. I see them every day, at almost every Queen and Earl fight. I also know a few players who started using them just because their friends got one and never got banned so far. It's a nightmare, and it's so common on PC that I kinda became desensitized to the matter. I no longer report people for owning a hacked weapon, for example. It feels hopeless and a waste of time at this point. Anyway, recently cheaters have been selling all sorts of hacked weapons through third-party websites, from the typical hacked 50 cal and Gatling plasma to true Frankenstein combinations, like a minigun with a launcher receiver, or a handmade with a beam splitter. They go as far as selling legendary power armor pieces and rings, or cut weapons that never made it into the official servers but as legendaries. It's crazy, it's nuts, but it doesn't end there. Overall, people just feel safe to use and promote hacked items these days because, as I said, nothing happens to them for doing so. They feel so safe that some have started to use their camps to promote hacked weapons and sell them in-game. Some cheaters even trade hacked items and dev room items for different types they don't own yet. Like, what? Seriously? I also found some people asking on Reddit if it's okay to buy hacked weapons now and to own hacked rings. Yeah, we have hit rock bottom here. I don't think we can sink any lower than that, sadly. But who knows, maybe there is a slight beam of hope? I mean, Bethesda took over 1 year to fix the bugged magic weapon issue, so maybe, just maybe, they will fix this hacked item problem at some point. I find it hard to believe, but I refuse to give up all hope, at least for now. The next point is about griefing. They are around once again on PC. It's usually what happens when there is no new content for a while. People get bored and they go out of their way to annoy others. Lately, I have been griefed so much that I decided to share my experience with 15 anti-grief tips you can follow. Feel free to watch the video if you want to learn how to better protect yourself from malicious players. Now, back to the current griefing wave. They mostly destroy camps with the explosive bait exploit, which bypasses pacifist mode and doesn't require any PvP engagement with you. This grief can cost you hundreds of junk to fully repair your camp, and sometimes this grief can also trigger camp bugs, such as when your camp placement item goes through foundations or pre-made ground, ending up hidden inside of them. Like it happened here to me. It got inside my Brotherhood tower floor. It's a very nasty bug, and it might force you to rebuild parts of your camp if you are not able to find this crucial item. Unless you don't mind repairing dozens of items manually, of course. Moving on, griefers have many other tactics, such as freezing you during events to prevent you from hitting mobs and acquiring experience or loot. This cryolator grief generates stacks to a point where you can hardly move or even open your inventory. So it's an extremely annoying and effective one, and as you can see, it bypasses pacifist mode as well. So there's nothing much you can do here but change servers when a griefer doesn't stop chasing you. Another common grief is no stop hitting as an attempt to annoy you and to engage into PvP. I know it's tempting, but don't do it, guys. Don't fight back. Don't give them what they want. Plus, a lot of griefers use PvP exploits and even hacked weapons, so you are normally fighting a lost battle from the very start. If you decide to fight back, of course. Just saying. It's totally up to you if you want to risk fighting or not. There is one more sort of grief I see quite often, which is the mini nuke rain, which also requires a hacked weapon as far as I know. It makes your screen go white like this. It can lag or even crash your game. So yeah, griefers are definitely around once again, so watch your back. And yes, I know they are not very common on console, but on PC, it can be very unpleasant at times. But enough of that, let's move on to the next news. Alright, as most of you surely know by now, there is another double experience event live. It's lasting for the entire weekend, ending next Monday on January 25. Don't forget to stack intelligence and experience buffs to take full advantage of this event. I have an in-depth guide with all the easy steps to do that if you are not familiar with it. Now, Bethesda decided to enable a surprise event to go together with the first double experience event of 2021. They also doubled the vendor caps for the same period. Instead of the usual 1,400 caps per day, you can now sell stuff and retrieve 2,800 caps per day from NPC vendors. That's beautiful and a really easy way to farm lots of caps in all your characters if you are low on them right now. Enjoy these time limit changes while they last. Remember, they are both expiring this next Monday. Last week there was no Inside the Vault article. Bethesda confirmed it would return this week, but so far we didn't get anything yet. This article usually gets released weekly on every Thursday, but ever since 2021 started, things have been quite inconsistent. Anyway, after dozens of questions on social media asking about whether or not Inside the Vault is coming this week, we finally got an answer. Lady Divan confirmed there is a new article coming this Friday, January 22, so by the time this video goes live, the news should be published as well. Now, I cannot be certain about what news it will tell us about, but my top prediction here is that they will go over the ongoing double experience and double caps events, as well as the quality of life changes being added next Tuesday with update 25. But who knows, maybe there will be a surprise or two along the way. The public test server received its last update yesterday, January 21. The patch was very small, under 1 GB only, and it hardly added anything new. According to Bethesda, this update went live just to address a crash that could occur in the PC version of the game. The maintenance lasted around 1 hour with downtime, and that's pretty much all we know. According to the data miners, there's nothing much new to data mine or discover, so the patch was very minimal and simply to address this issue. The PTS is still live, but not for much longer as update 25 approaches next Tuesday. Anyway, this means we now have one less game crash issue to handle, so that's great news for sure. Now, let's go over some bug updates. It's a well-known fact that VATS mode doesn't always work as intended. There is a major bug where sometimes your VATS mode will close too soon before your hits even register, which leads to inferior damage or even miss hits, which are not consistent with the VATS mode readings as obvious. This tends to happen more with specific weapons, for example with shotguns. Anyhow, a community manager said a few words about this persistent bug. Basically, we know that Bethesda is now aware of the bug and they are working on a fix. They are also open to any further feedback on possible reasons that can trigger this bug or even which weapons are the most affected. I guess anything relevant, really. A few days ago, someone asked if a Keyring feature is coming anytime soon on Bethesda's forums, to which a community manager answered strictly no. The upcoming update doesn't include any feature for keys. Still, Bethesda is aware of this idea, which might or may not come anytime soon. It would be a quality of life improvement, with no doubt. We would be able to better organize our inventories and probably keep a better track of the keys we own, but then again, what for? Normally, you use keys one time only during quests, and that's about it. I mean, the idea is great, but utility is not that high, is it? Next, we have a wonderful suggestion which I have been defending for a very long time now. I think we need some sort of tower defense mode or more events like Radiation Rumble and Guided Meditation, but with a higher difficulty. Something chaotic that actually challenges your survival. In that same logic, someone has recently suggested to rework Radstorms, to make them more intense and to spawn waves of ghouls inside the storm. Another player added he would like to see ghouls inside the storm to mutate into glowing ones, just like when you nuke a certain area. Overall, this suggestion was really well received by the community with over 1,000 upvotes and dozens of comments saying they would like to see this change live. Me too, it sounds like fun and chaos, something we really need in 76. So let's hope this suggestion will enter Bethesda's list of upcoming changes. Radstorms hardly have any purpose right now anyway, so this would be an excellent way to recycle existing content and turn it into a fun experience. What do you think? To finish off this news video, I have something that is not exactly new anymore. This happened over a week ago, but sadly, I forgot to add it in my previous news. So here it goes. The Free States Milita group got banned from Facebook again. This followed group had been banned in 2020 by mistake, and the same ended up happening again over a week ago. As someone said, maybe it's time to move to another platform because, honestly speaking, this could perfectly happen again and again. Basically, the moderated bots and the Facebook security algorithm are identifying this group as offenders, except they are not breaking any rule. They are just being associated with militias and radical politics in general when the group is about a video game. Anyway, I checked their Twitter, and the latest update I have there is that their Facebook page is live once again. They got restored, but the question is, for how long? What random bug did I get for you this time? Well, it's hard to explain, just look at that. I spotted this player glowing green in power armor from his joints and weapon at first, while fighting a queen. I thought this was just me, but later I understood my teammates could see the same as me. It lasted 4 minutes. Actually, this green effect expanded throughout his entire body as shown in the footage. It looked really unique and flashy. A friend of mine said this could be a bug from Radiation Rumble. You know, the toxic waters there can give you this sort of effect, so maybe it got stuck on him and never went away. That's probably what happened. Anyway, that's everything I have regarding news for now. I hope I could keep you up to date with everything Fallout 76. I am Marta Branco, thank you so much for watching. As usual, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment below and all of that. A huge thanks to all my supporters as usual, you guys make the difference for me. Well, I will see you all very soon in the next video. Until then, take care, adios, bye bye!